I want to be very clear with you that the FY27 Board of Education budget is not about expanding programs or adding new initiatives. It is about whether Thompson is willing to provide the basic resources necessary to educate and protect its children. The FY27 Board of Education budget increase of $2.1 million reflects only the funding necessary to maintain the teachers, staff, and student programs that are currently in place. This request does not expand programming or new initiatives. It simply allows us to continue operating the schools our children rely on every day. The primary drivers of this increase are fixed costs we can't avoid: contractual obligations, rising healthcare expenses, increased bus transportation costs, and the escalated costs associated with special education services. These are not discretionary expenses. They are required costs of operating a public school system and providing services that are absolutely mandated by law. I'm going to say this twice. Any reduction to this budget will be devastating to the children of Thompson. Any reduction of this budget will be devastating to the children of Thompson. This is my 9th year preparing a district budget for Thompson Public Schools. There hasn't been a single year in which I have not been forced, and I mean forced, to cut staff, delay critical building needs, or eliminate programs simply because the town has not been willing to adequately fund its schools. As a result of this chronic underfunding, we have placed an enormous and unnecessary strain on the employees of Thompson Public Schools. Our teachers, administrators, and staff have worked tirelessly to absorb the loss of positions, taking on additional responsibilities, often for salaries that are below the regional market. They have done everything possible to protect opportunities for Thompson children. Well, we've reached a breaking point. Our people cannot continue to do more with less. This year, we're at a critical juncture. Any reduction to the Board of Education budget will directly harm students. Programs that families value and that help students succeed: athletics, music, career pathways, language-based reading programs for students with dyslexia, and math lab will all be eliminated. Secretarial and custodial staff will also be reduced, creating significant disruptions to the daily operations of our schools and impacting the health and safety of both students and staff. In addition, we're going to be forced to reduce our security staff. That would leave a school district located in a town without a police force or even a resident trooper increasingly vulnerable at a time when school safety is a growing concern across our nation. So who will be hurt if this budget doesn't pass as presented? The children in Thompson. That's who's going to be hurt. Their futures are in this community's hands. To the parents of Thompson and to the residents who honestly care about the future of this town, it's time to stand up and support your schools. We must move beyond the constant mindset of underfunding education and the negative narrative that surrounds our school systems. The people working in Thompson Public Schools are giving their very best every day for the children here. I urge you to put an end to the cycle of failed referendums and uncertainty that undermines our ability to provide stability for students and staff. I'd like to end, however, on a positive note. I want to have some optimism, and so I want to let you know that this week, Turtlette Memorial High School was evaluated by NEAT accreditation team. 6 educators from across the state spent 3 days examining our high school against a rigorous set of national standards and benchmarks. In my 46 years in education, the feedback session we received was one of the most impressive I have ever experienced. The full report won't be released until June. However, knowing that we are presenting our budget tonight, that team felt compelled to leave us with a preview of their findings about our high school. I have invited Principal Mellon to read a brief excerpt from the feedback the team shared with us today. Principal Mellon, thank you everyone for your attention.
Thank you everyone for having me. I'm TJ Mellon. I'm the principal of Tortolot Memorial High School. It's an honor to be able to talk here tonight. So again, as Superintendent Smith said, we just received our decennial. It happens every 10 years. NEASC is the New England Association of Schools and Colleges. To receive positive news during these visits is not always guaranteed. They scrutinize, they turn over every rock, they look, under, every morsel to see what we're doing as a high school. I know this has been an ongoing process for 2.5 years. The staff that I have is phenomenal. I'd put them against any high school up in Connecticut or Rhode Island, this is from where I'm from. They don't necessarily, as they told us, they're not here to give good news. They want to give good news, but their main priority is to find really things that we could do to improve our high school. I'm here to squash that negative narrative right now about the high school. And again, this is a K through 12 success story because it starts at the kindergarten level. But supporting that high school and the rest of the schools in Thompson, I think, is critical for this town. This town does a lot of great things for the students of this community by supporting it, and we certainly need that support. So I'm going to just read the review from the NEASC committee. Again, they don't just give out platitudes to give them out. This is a very intensive process. But here's the end summary note. It says Tortolot Memorial High School is a thriving educational institution that provides students with robust academic programs, a wide array of extracurricular activities and clubs, athletic teams, artistic opportunities, and technical career pathways that reflect offerings typically found in the larger school districts in the Thompson Public Schools. Students excel at TMHS and are very proud of their school. Students rely on the school for the stability it offers and know there is a promise of preparation for post-secondary education and/or career development. But most importantly, they turn to teachers and staff every day for support. The teachers and staff of TMHS are coaches, mentors, and heroes who willingly wear many hats and make sure that every student receives individual attention and guidance. In preparing for the NEASC Decennial Accreditation visit, the school community has worked to achieve an ambitious set of goals. The successful implementation of these goals has been recognized by the NEASC visiting team. With notable growth in academic performance, an increase in attendance, and a higher level of graduation rates, the high school has accomplished in 2 years what most schools aspire to achieve in 5 to 8 years. The school's commitment to curriculum, advancement, effective instructional strategies, and mastery of skills identified as essential by employers is evident across all departments. Despite challenges such as budget reductions and staff losses, teachers remain dedicated to meeting student needs by adapting to increased class sizes, modified courses, and expanded caseloads. To maintain this level of success, it is critical for the school to secure ongoing support from the town in order to continue the introduction of essential programming and maintain sufficient funding to sustain the administration and staff's continuous improvement efforts. Thank you.